During the past decade or so, there has been a change in our societal culture as it relates to young people, male young people wearing saggy pants, baggy pants, or just simply pants hanging beneath their waistline or even their buttocks or behind, if you will. And I'm curious to know what the reason is. I've talked about this on occasion amongst friends and associates and even family. What is going on with our young men these days? And even middle aged men have adopted this practice of wearing their pants down below their waist, exposing their underwear and oftentimes their butt cracks. I find this deplorable. I came up during the days of the baby boomers, and had we done that in those days and those years, we would have quickly been reprimanded. We would have quickly gotten our behinds whooped, not just by our family, but oftentimes because of our knit community that we had, our neighbors would have said something, if not done something, to us as well, with the consent of our parents. So what's really going on with the saggy pants? If you were to ask these, Generation Xers and millennials why you have your pants sagging, most responses you would receive would be, it's the style. Oh, you wouldn't understand. I really don't understand your mindset, as it were. But what I do understand is it's ridiculous and that it makes no good sense to walk around with your behind exposed. There was a time in the days of chivalry, in the days of respect, where women couldn't have their slip hanging from beneath their dress. And most of them wore their dresses right around the knee height, or if not lower. Now you find women wearing skirts that if they bent over just a little bit, it exposes their behind. And you find men who have their pants on while wearing a belt. The pants are still hanging beneath their behind. That's extreme. There's something wrong there. And it is really a breakdown, for the most part, in the family unit. They don't have proper instruction by those people who are supposedly raising them or rearing them. Now, what's quite odd is the fact that you have seen more black males wearing their pants in this fashion, and it has transcended not only over to the white males wearing their pants below their behinds, but you see the celebrities, especially in R&B and rap and so forth, wearing their pants down below their waist and or buttocks. This is not sending a good message at all. I've seen Justin Bieber with his pants down. I've seen Kanye West. I've seen Jamie Foxx and various other celebrities wearing their pants sagging down. And you know what? It may be a fashion statement, but it's not a good one. It may be because they are in such a station in life because they make so much money and that their celebrity status, as it were, that they feel like it's okay. I make enough money. Nobody can touch me. Nobody bothers me. And the heck with what anyone says. But what message are you conveying to your children? What message are you conveying to your followers? Is it acceptable to dress like that? What kind of parents did you have that would allow you to dress like that, to leave your home like that? My parents were not like that, and I'm proud to say that. To this very day, into my middle-aged years, past 50, I don't agree with having your pants sagging, and I don't wear my pants sagging, and I will never allow my children to wear their pants sagging. because it's nasty. I have heard that that culture came from the prison, where this was a way in which prisoners that were gay would notify other individuals in the prison population that they were gay by having their pants sagging. And that was an indication. That was a marker, so to speak. And I've also heard another culture where there were women, oftentimes, in the islands, in overseas areas, if you will, that would wear their pants sagging down to let touristers know, men touristers for the most part, know that they were asking for sex and that they were clean. Wherever it came from, between those two ideologies, so to speak, wherever it came from is immaterial. It needs to go back where it was, and it really needs to stop, because there has to come a time when you have a standard for yourselves. There has to come a time when there are rules and when there's an order of things, as God would have it, an order of things. I've heard people use this expression over the years, what would Jesus say, or what would Jesus do? Would he approve of that if you were one of his followers? Now, I understand the idea, he accepts you how you are when you come into the church and so on and so forth. But it's not related to that. Not in my viewpoint. He accepts you how you are, meaning that whatever your past may have been, if you were someone who was a criminal, a hardened criminal, or someone who has had a difficult past, or someone who has been trying to cope with life, and you're saying, here I am, Jesus or Christ, and accept me for what I am. I understand it from that standpoint, how he accepts you, how you are. There are some things that you can't change about your past, but there's definitely things that you can do about your present situation and even your future or possible situations in the future. There are things that you can do about that. Those things are well within your control. You can control what you say out of your mouth. You can control what you eat and drink. You can control where you go. You can control what you put on your body and how you wear those things on your body. And having your pants sagging is not something that's acceptable, not to God or Jesus, nor to people who have some dignity and respect for themselves. It's no different than a woman walking around with her blouse halfway open and you see most of her cleavage and there's nothing left to the imagination. It's no different than that same woman walking around with her pants past her waist and you're walking and seeing the crack of her behind, or you're seeing the crevice of where her vagina is. It's no different than that. When will you people grow up and start placing your feet firmly on the ground and having a real purpose in life? I'm not attacking you. I'm just trying to get you to think. I'm trying to get you to see how you really are and how you really look by and large. So if you walk into certain venues and you have to pull your pants up because you recognize that it would not be acceptable in that venue, then doesn't that tell you something's wrong with it? Or it's going to be seen a certain way? But when you get out on the streets amongst your friends, your buddies, your peer group and so forth, it's everything goes, to each his own. And you let it all hang out, so to speak. But when you go to church, you go to court, you go to your parents' house, maybe, you dress it back up so it doesn't seem as bad. And if there are any parents out there who are okay with this behavior, shame on you, because you're just as bad as the child. The most important thing in that particular situation is this: why have you never been the parent that you should have been? Why did you never place your feet firmly on the ground and tell them that this is not acceptable, never was, never will be? This is why we have a breakdown in our society now. It's just one aspect of it. But I'm interested in knowing what your feelings are, what your opinions are on the saggy pants. And I'm sure you heard the guy who made the song years ago, Pants on the Ground. Why? Why are your pants on the ground? Why are your pants pulled down and you're looking like a clown? Why is it that I have to see your underwear when I come into the public? What is your point and what are you trying to prove? At the end of the day, your pants will still be down, but you haven't proven anything. This is Brother Teacher. Let me know what your opinions and your feelings are in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video. So long.